This week, YouTube have announced that after 9 months of planning, they'll be rolling out the YouTube Studio for everyone to use. So will this change the way we use YouTube? So take us through the new metrics that YouTube have announced this week.
Essentially, there's 3 new bits of data. So they're now giving us impressions, impression click-through rate, and unique video views. For a while now, we've wanted better insight and better data around our video performance, and this is the much awaited, 9 months, response from YouTube. Let's talk impressions first, because there's good and there's not so good. An impression, according to YouTube, is the number of people who could see a thumbnail. The opportunity to see your video is the line they use. And I imagine a lot of people watching this right now are curling their toes thinking, this is going back to the woolly days of eyeballs or opportunity to see. And they'd be forgiven for thinking that. If we only had impressions, this would not be compelling news. But when you factor in the impressions click-through rate, which is our ability to now measure those that are clicking on the thumbnails and clicking through to our videos, we can actually see people who have potentially seen our thumbnail than those that have acted on it. YouTube say that information will allow us to improve our thumbnails and improve our titles. If we're getting high impressions but low click-through rate, they say your thumbnail's poor, your title's not compelling enough. If you're getting lots of people clicking through, you've got your thumbnails right. And that could be true in a number of cases, but those that are familiar with YouTube will know that you watch a video and then you're served, 12, 24 thumbnails of videos that you could then watch. So there will be cases where you could see a thumbnail without seeing the thumbnail. So we've got to be careful around that data. And then lastly, unique views. And I'm going to sound like I'm in a really bad mood this morning, and I promise I'm not, but there isn't clarity around this. It's a bit disappointing. YouTube saying, I'm quoting from the press release that's on their creator blog, the unique views is the estimated number of unique people that have watched your video. And I don't know why they need to estimate it. If we're talking hard facts of data, they should be able to tangibly tell us who is a unique view versus who isn't. So I don't understand the usage of estimated. So we're going to contact YouTube and we're going to try and get some clarity on that, because we should be able to see the unique volume of people who have been viewing our content versus those that are coming back and watching it again and again. Both of those data sets could be of interest to us.
Will these metrics provide us with a better understanding of how our channel is performing?
Over time, yes. And in fact, one of the things YouTube say is part of giving us this data was to help us understand good videos from maybe below par videos, so we can do more of the stuff that's actually getting views and driving impact, better thumbnails, better title, better production. One of the pieces of data that's going to be given to us is the ability to assess video performance, so we should be able to look at trends and topics and see what's resonating with our audience more.
Okay, and what is the YouTube Studio dashboard and how does this work?
This part I'm really excited about. Single view place that allows us to view the data and the insights, and then there's a couple of other features to it. Essentially the hub page comprises 3 elements. Video snapshot is the first, so you will be able to get a snapshot review of how your latest video is performing versus your previous videos over the same time. So you should be seeing signals of whether you've got a good video on your hands that's resonating with your audience, or whether you maybe need to do work on the video. The second part is personalized recommendations. So over time, YouTube will understand the role of our channel, the people that engage with it, and we should be served more content that's relevant to our channel. And also within the personalized recommendations will come the data sets around assessing video performance. So that's one to watch, pardon the pun, over time. And then the last part is newsfeed. Like all the social channels, they believe news should be responsive and agile and come to us rather than seeking it out. So again, in context of our channel, all the relevant news we need will now be located within the news feature. I guess what they're trying to do is create a hub page where people want to go on a consistent basis, so maybe driving up an activity on channel perhaps.
And should brands be using YouTube more in their content strategy as a result of these changes?
They should be using it more, not necessarily just as a result of these changes, but they certainly help. When you devise your social media strategy, it's about what are you doing, why are you doing it, where are you doing it, who's the audience that we want to influence today, what's the audience we want to influence tomorrow. And once you've built that robust strategy, part of it will be your channel strategy. And the roles of each of the social media channels is different. They have different audiences, they have different functionality. And you should be understanding how your communications can sit and perform on each of those channels. International brands will probably know that out in Europe and South America, for example, YouTube usage is ahead of Facebook. So if you're not publishing videos on YouTube in those territories, you're really missing a trick. Equally, I remember some years ago, there was debates I was having with brands about should Facebook be our video hub or should it be YouTube? Today, you should be using all the channels. But what you absolutely shouldn't be doing is producing one piece of content and then mirroring it on the channels. You need to understand the performance. So for example, this video, so I'm probably going to contradict myself a bit, because this video will go on all of our channels, but do we output a vertical video for Facebook, for example? Do we then output traditionally for YouTube? The critical thing we will also do is look at the copy and the tone that we know resonates. So you'll have more copy that goes into LinkedIn and Facebook potentially, where it'd be shorter, more punchy copy that goes into Twitter. Although you've got a longer character limit on Twitter, we know shorter tweets perform well. So brands have to figure all that out. And if they haven't figured it out, they need to work with partners that can help them figure that out. But one thing for sure, YouTube has a critical role to play in your communications program.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in this week. You can watch all of our Serious Social videos on the website or on the Serious Social hashtag.